The second important thing I would like to show you, it's about the next pen, and it has all different colors that you can use just by touching on any of them. You can either do one star or a series of stars. Same thing with these pens. If I click on that color, again on the properties, and you can change the line style by choosing the thickness of the line as well, and you can see you get a thinner line. The next thing is the eraser. You have all different sizes of eraser, and this can get rid of everything all at once. The next one is the lines, and you have this kind of line, and this is quite useful when you're actually just drawing any shape, and it gives you a straight line. Now about this, if I wanted to erase it, as you see, I cannot use the eraser. So what you have to click on select that arrow, select the line that you want to get rid of, drop down menu, and you can delete it. Same thing with this. You can make like just by pressing on the board and making that little rectangle, you can see all these little arrows. By clicking on one of the arrows and click delete, and you can cancel the whole thing. The next thing is the shapes, and this is quite useful in mathematics or any other subjects. You can use the shapes by choosing one of them. Let's say I chose the square. By touching the board and just moving your finger along, choosing whatever size you want. Could be a square, could be a rectangle. And for this kind of rectangle, choosing again select and clicking on the line, the outside line, you end up with this blue rectangle around it. By touching the circle, you can change the shape and the size of the actual shape that you've chosen. You can touch the green circle and flip it around, whichever way you want. This is quite useful when you are choosing a triangle, let's say, and you're doing some work in trigonometry and you don't want all the triangles to look the same. You can do that. Again, click select and could do the triangle in that form. Again, you can click on the circle by itself and choose which size you want. And the drop down menu, you can either delete it or whatever you want. There's quite a few properties in that drop down menu that we're gonna go through later on. The next one that you need to know about is the magic pen. The magic pen can be useful. Let's say if we clicked on the landscape, choose anything you want out of the background here. Let's say I want world map and get a picture. Later on we'll have a good lesson on that. Get one of the maps up here. I could use the magic pen and let's say draw a rectangle. Make sure it's connected, otherwise it won't work. And you notice that it magnifies parts of the map. Again, with this, if you touch the blue line, you can move it around. If you touch inside, you see that double arrow, it can zoom it in or zoom it out, whichever way you want. So on the inside, when you touch, you get this double-sided arrow. It changes the size of the magnifier. If you touch the blue line, you move it around. That's one property of the magic pen. The second property of the magic pen is by drawing a circle, of course connected. And you can see I get a spotlight, and that spotlight is quite useful if you are trying to put the light on certain particular area of the map. Again, with this, you move it by touching the blue circle. On touching on the inside, you can make the circle bigger. By clicking on the cross, touching the cross, you delete it. The next property of the magic line, you could be indicating to parts of the map, and notice it's the disappearing ink. So that can be useful by asking the students to come up again and point out where certain areas on the map are. So there's three properties for the magic pen: the highlighter, the magnifier, which is the rectangle, the circle, which is a spotlight, and the disappearing ink.